There are women you pass every day who never speak too loudly, never break the rules, never ask for anything. Marian Ellis was one of them. 42 years old, executive assistant for a senior VP at a finance firm nestled in the sterile glass and steel spine of downtown. She'd worked there nearly 15 years, never late, never absent, the kind of woman who always knew where the coffee filters were and never forgot anyone's birthday. And yet, despite all her silence, her subtlety, people still noticed one thing about her: her hair. It was her only indulgence. Long, straight, black like oil, cascading down her back like a sheet of silk. She never wore it up, never tucked it behind her ears. It fell over her shoulders in calm defiance of the grayscale office dress code. She washed it with cold water, used hand-ground herbs for conditioning, and brushed it 100 times every night with a worn boar bristle brush that once belonged to her mother. She had never cut it, not even trimmed. It wasn't just hair, it was the only part of her that still felt like hers. Until the day it wasn't. It was a Thursday in March when it happened. The morning had started like any other: oatmeal, tea, the city bus, a slow elevator ride to the 27th floor, desk, keyboard, coffee. Then at 11:17 a.m., her phone buzzed. 3 short vibrations. A message from Mr. Darrow's assistant. He wants to see you, now. No context, no warmth. Her heart beat once, hard. She stood, tucked her blouse tighter into her waistband, and walked the familiar 37 steps to the end of the hallway. Past the frosted glass, past the copies of Forbes framed on the wall. She knocked once.
Come in.
Mr. Darrow didn't look up. The blinds were shut, casting slatted shadows across his desk.
Close the door,
he said. She obeyed.
Sit down.
She sat. Only then did he look at her, and with the weight of his gaze came the words that would unravel her world.
You'll need to shave your head.
For a moment, the words didn't land. Marianne blinked. Sorry. Darrow didn't flinch.
You'll come in tomorrow with a shaved head, or you can submit your resignation by 5 p.m. today.
Her throat got dry.
Why would...
It's about discipline.
He said calmly.
About showing who's committed, who understands the cost of loyalty. Some of the men on my team have already done it. I think you should too.
Her breath caught.
This has to be a joke.
He leaned forward, expression neutral.
It's not.
You can't ask me to...
I didn't ask.
The room went silent.
I'll expect to see you tomorrow morning, clean-shaven, or not at all.
And just like that, the meeting was over. She walked back to her desk like someone else had borrowed her body. Coworkers passed her in the hallway. Someone handed her a report. She nodded, said thank you, smiled. Inside, she was screaming. She sat down, opened a spreadsheet, and stared at it for 22 minutes without clicking a single cell. Then she stood up, walked to the restroom, locked herself in the farthest stall, and broke. Her hand clutched the ends of her hair as tears ran down her face, staining the collar of her blouse. That evening, Marian came home later than usual. Her son Jacob, 18, was sitting at the kitchen counter cleaning his clipper set. He looked up when she entered.
Hey,
He said casually.
how was...
Then he paused. She didn't take off her coat, didn't put down her bag. She stood in the doorway with red-rimmed eyes. Jacob stood up immediately.
Mom?
She walked slowly to the chair across from him and sat down. Then, in a voice that sounded like it had traveled through miles of silence,
I need you to shave my head.
Jacob stared at her.
What?
My job, they said I have to. I either show up tomorrow bald, or I'm out.
His jaw clenched.
That's insane. That's illegal, Mom. You don't have to do this. You can report them.
She shook her head.
I need this job. I have no savings, no safety net.
But, Mom,
I'm not going to a barber. I'm not letting strangers watch. I want it to happen here, quietly, just you and me.
He hesitated.
are you sure?
She looked up.
No, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Jacob pulled the stool into the middle of the kitchen. He laid a towel across her shoulders, tried to make it feel clinical, safe. She sat, spine straight, hands folded. He combed her hair slowly.
Your hair it's beautiful.
He whispered. She didn't respond. Then, after a pause,
It was the one thing I never let the world touch.
the scissors made their first snip at the nape. The sound was louder than expected, violent in the stillness of the kitchen. Strand by strand, handful by handful, the curtain fell. Her head grew lighter. The cold air kissed skin that hadn't seen daylight in 40 decades. Each severed piece landed on the linoleum like an accusation. She didn't cry. Not yet. Jacob picked up the clippers and switched them on. The buzzing filled the room. Marianne's fingers gripped the edge of the stool. He hesitated.
Are you ready?
She nodded. He began at the crown, pulling the buzzing teeth through the uneven remnants. Hair rained around her. Her scalp emerged, soft, pale, trembling. Her jaw tightened. Her eyes shut. The hum of the machine filled her ears as each pass revealed more of the stranger beneath. 10 minutes later, it was done. She thought that was it, but Jacob stepped away, returned with shaving cream and a straight razor. She stared at him.
Jake?
He said,
You said it had to be clean. They said bald, right?
Her voice cracked.
I can't.
You've already come this far.
She closed her eyes. He lathered her scalp. The first touch of the blade sent shivers down her spine. He moved slowly, carefully, wiping away the foam with each stroke. Tears streamed silently. When he finished, he wiped her scalp gently and stepped back. She walked to the hallway mirror. Her breath caught. She stared at the woman before her, scalp glistening under the yellow light, eyes wider than she remembered. She touched her head. It felt foreign. Jacob stepped beside her.
You look strong.
She didn't answer. Then,
I look erased.
Friday morning, Marian walked into the office at 8:02 a.m. She wore her usual coat, no hat, no scarf. Heads turned. Someone whispered.
Is that her?
She didn't blink, didn't flinch. She walked past the elevator, past the espresso machine, past her own cubicle, and straight to Darrow's office. He looked up from his screen, glanced at her scalp, and smiled faintly.
Very good.
She sat, said nothing. Darrow dove into logistics, numbers, quarterly goals. She listened, but not really. Inside, something had broken free. Not rage, not shame, something weightless. That night, in the shower, Marianne stood under the water and closed her eyes. Her scalp felt everything, every drop, every current, every temperature shift. She leaned her head against the tile and let the water wash over the rawness. She felt exposed, hollow, but also strange. Strange and free. Later, as she lay in bed, she whispered into the dark.
I did what they asked.
But even as she said it, something else stirred within her.
Never again.